Hello, welcome back to Almighty Blues FC, a fan channel for all to see. Today, we are back with the exciting Know Your Creator series where we bring to you basically a football fanatic. Yes, a fan to a fan, and that can simply be a big football fan or a known content creator on YouTube or any other platform as well. To get to know how and when did they get to know ball, share their story of why they started following the sport, what made them to follow a certain team, and their dream players for the club. Again, we will get to know also about the national teams and much more just in a few minutes. So stay tuned till the end of the video, and before we begin, let's smash that like button as well as subscribe. Do hit that bell notification icon as well, certainly helps, and we'll be back for more. And let's get into it. Hope you relate well to this. Share your story as well in the comment section and share the video. In this episode, we have Drog Baba, aka Shashwat. Yes, a massive Chelsea fan for people who don't know, obvious, right? And not only that, he has appeared on Almighty Blues FC for a couple of episodes, is a great YouTuber himself in India, really growing and deservedly so. Congratulations for 5,000 subscribers, by the way, and in the top 3, yes, in the top 3 of our Who Am I trivia series as well.
Thank you, Ankit. Thank you so much for that kind introduction, and this channel and this everything that has been happening for since last 4-5 months is something that is born out of passion, and it's my love for the club and my undying zeal to follow the game that keeps me driving. And again, I mean, it's a culmination of all the love and support that I've got, not only from the viewers and my family and my friends, but also from fellow content creators like you. And you are an equivalent part of this success. And because of you guys, only this, whatever I've achieved in these 3-4 months has been possible. But it's just a start, and it's a huge way to go, very long way to go. So yeah, the start has been really nice, but yes, we all have a really long way to go.
To check their channel, just check the description below and do subscribe to them. Highly recommended, along with Almighty Blues FC, right? Let's get started. Viewers, we would request you to switch on your closed captions, yes, at the bottom of the screen, so that you can watch this in the language you prefer in. So do set it accordingly. So भाई, आपके चैनल के नाम से ही सब जानते हैं, आप बहुत बड़े चेल्सी फैन हो. लेकिन when and how did you get affinity to the sport first? क्या स्टोरी है, हमें भी बताइए. चेल्सी फैनेटिज्म क्यों, कब, कोई मैच, टूर्नामेंट या मे बी प्लेयर्स which fascinated you? Let's remove the obvious ones, but anything that you could relate and maybe the fans could relate.
Actually, I cannot pin it down to a single moment or a match that led me to follow Chelsea. Actually, when I was a small kid, I used to play FIFA a lot. Since my childhood, I used to play FIFA. Like, I remember I can go way back since FIFA 2000.
Really?
Since I started playing that game. So, I was just browsing through the teams, and whenever you start a FIFA game, by default, you are, loaded up on the Premier League screen. So, you have to select a team from the Premier League. And I was in a blue house when I was in school. So blue was my favorite color by default, and there was only one team in FIFA who had decent stats, and that was Chelsea, who wore a blue jersey. So I started playing with Chelsea till about FIFA 2002, FIFA 2004-05. Then suddenly ESPN and cable TV burst onto the scene where I was living, and I got introduced to this beautiful game of football. Earlier it was only, the World Cup and the big matches, the Brazils, the Ronaldos, the Kakas, the Rivaldos, all those things, that 2002 World Cup. So that was my first footballing memory. And then from 2005, 4, 5, 6 onwards, I started to follow football. And when I saw Chelsea first time on the screen, that was that peak Mourinho Chelsea in 2004-05. So I started watching Chelsea, and instantly I became a fan. कि मैंने सोचा तो ये टीम गेम में इतनी अच्छी है, and in real life also they are killing it, and I think we won 2 titles back to back in 4, 5 and 5, 6. So yes, by default Chelsea became my favorite team, and I became a huge Drogba fan down the line because of the amazing things that he did for us down the years, especially in the cup finals.
अच्छा, सेम क्वेश्चंस इंटरनेशनल टीम्स के लिए पूछा जाए तो क्या जवाब रहेगा आपका?
See, international team, obviously I love to support India, but unfortunately we are still not up there when it comes to the international competitions.
मारो मुझे मारो मारो मुझे मारो मारो नहीं ये मजाक हो रहा है एक सेकंड यार मजाक हो रहा है नहीं
So whenever I watch an international competition, I have a different team which I want to win every time, because India is not involved, so I'm not really that emotionally involved in that tournament because I want to watch it as a neutral. So for example, in the last Euros, I wanted Denmark to win because of what had happened to Christian Eriksen, unfortunately, and the kind of football that they were playing. In 2018 World Cup, I wanted Belgium to win. In 2016 Euro, I was with France, and in 2014 World Cup, I wanted Argentina to win. So these have been my favorite teams across the tournaments because of different reasons. It depends on the context and the situations that have been happening around that tournament recently. And so this time, if the World Cup comes, I will be supporting, I don't know, I guess a minnow only. So let's see. Switzerland, I guess. I mean, I don't, take too much stress when it comes to international tournaments.
Nice. Did you follow any clubs before, like really closely, or was it Chelsea itself? कोई तो होगा with a soft corner, right? In maybe other leagues. No?
When I started watching football, it was all Chelsea, but when I starting following other leagues also, and when I came across what all teams are playing in the Champions League, I was very fascinated by Carlo Ancelotti's AC Milan, because they had this, super team of superstars which had Maldini, Cafu, Nesta, Stam, Dida, Pirlo, Gattuso, Kaká, Shevchenko, Crespo, Clarence Seedorf. So all these, amazing players under amazing manager Carlo Ancelotti. These players were there, and I mean, I was absolutely fascinated by that team. I was a huge Kaká fan back in the day, and I really liked what he could do on the pitch. So yeah, AC Milan was a team, and I still, somewhere down the line, I have a soft corner for AC Milan whenever I watch Serie A. But not against us. When AC Milan are playing against us, which has happened very few times, but even if AC Milan plays against us, it's always Chelsea. Chelsea will be always the top priority. But yeah, a small soft corner for AC Milan.
Serie A. Can you believe, an EPL fanatic that I am today? But it was Serie A. It was AC Milan. Yes, AC Milan, because I had watched glimpses of Kaká and obviously Shevchenko, but it was Kaká mainly, I would say. I'll be honest. And Kaká basically really caught my eye in those 25 minutes that he played in 2002 World Cup as well. And then I became a Kaká huge fan, right? And that's how it was. अगर आपके ऑल टाइम बेस्ट 11 प्लेयर्स का है ना टीम बनाया जाए तो आई थिंक we'll be staying here all day long. But which was that one footballing hero of yours? Again, it might be a second hero if it's obvious GOAT. So let's not talk about the obvious GOATs. Why him?
See, as you have already mentioned, apart from Drogba, which is my GOAT, my obvious GOAT, I absolutely love that guy, and he is my greatest player of all time. But apart from Drogba, I think I don't really have a single player. I see my Chelsea bias comes in because when I started watching Chelsea, it was not because of a player, it was because of a team. So the spine of these 4-5 players that we had from first Mourinho spell till the, I would say, the last roar of Mourinho's Chelsea was in 2012 Champions League final, if I could put it that way. So this spine of these 4-5 players, Peter Cech, John Terry, Ashley Cole, Frank Lampard, Michael Essien. I mean, these players I really like. I know my answer is beating around Chelsea a lot, but I mean, every Chelsea fan has such a passionate feeling towards the club. But yeah, these are my favorite. I mean, Frank Lampard is someone which I, consider as the greatest, one of the greatest players who does not get the recognition. But if you ask me, apart from Chelsea, the one player, obviously if I don't talk about Messi and Ronaldo, I think Andres Iniesta was a magician on the field. I mean, I really loved that player. Was absolutely heartbroken when he scored that equalizer against us in the semi-finals of the Champions League in 2009. But yeah, apart from that, I think he was a magician and one of the greatest midfielders, if not the greatest midfielders of all time for me.
Any recent player who you think can really, come up the ladder and maybe reach that rank and deserve that level of recognition from you?
Oh, there are many young players, especially in our team, who have, really caught my eye, and I'm absolutely loving them to bits. Especially two players which I really like, and I'm looking forward to them becoming world beaters and superstars in the years coming ahead. One is obviously Mason Mount, and second has to be Reece James. I mean, what kind of form that guy is in right now, and not only owing to the form that he has been in last 4-5 games, but his overall, game style, his physicality, his body structure. He's fast, he's physical, he can defend, he can attack, he can shoot. I mean, he can do everything, and you won't like Reece James on your side when you're attacking, right? And neither you would want Reece James to, darting down the field when you're defending. And he is that strong bull, he has that strong intimidating presence that you need, and he is a very tough opponent, and I'm glad that he's on our side. And these two players that I really like and will carry the torch and reach great heights: Mason Mount and Reece James.
Which has been your favorite manager for the club till date? And which is that one manager that you think कि अगर ये होता तो हमारी क्लब इधर से उधर चल जाती, in a good way, and maybe someone in the future that you would like the club to be managed as well?
My favorite manager of all time has to be Jose Mourinho. I mean, what he did for us, and he made us that superpower of modern English football. And very closely followed by, or even on the same pedestal, I would keep Thomas Tuchel. But the kind of job that he has done in such a short period of time, and the vibe that he brings in, and in the kind of press conferences and the statements that he gives, you absolutely love the guy. And you can also see the kind of authority that he has on the players, the kind of intensity that you really like. Honorable mentions will be Carlo Ancelotti, obviously, Antonio Conte. But if you ask me that one manager, then I think it would be Jose Mourinho, closely followed by Thomas Tuchel. And one manager that I think कि अगर अपनी टीम में होता तो क्लब यहाँ से यहाँ पहुँच जाता, तो I think could have been Pep Guardiola. Because we all know that ours and Manchester City's model is kind of similar, because we both like to spend heavily in the market and like to back our managers, and Pep Guardiola is one of the best managers out there. He's a serial winner, but I don't think we have done that bad, apart from only winning the Premier League a couple of times in the last decade, and I think we haven't done that bad. And yes, we would like to continue our domination in the Premier League, because we all know that due to some instability we might reflect back and say that this manager might have done things differently. But Pep Guardiola I would really would have loved at Chelsea. And one manager that I think I hope that Tuchel stays here forever, and I mean for 15, 20, 25 whatever years he is here, he should stay as a manager of Chelsea. But we all know what Chelsea's managerial policies are. So one manager that I think can take us to the next level and make us serial winners is Jurgen Klopp.
Oh snap! This is getting interesting.
I mean, what tremendous job he's done with Liverpool, and not only Liverpool, before that with Dortmund he did an exceptional job, and both the jobs were not backed by huge financial resources. So imagine if he is given the say in the transfer market, and he is also backed with whatever financial resources and the players that he wants, what job that man can do. So I mean, he is a manager that I would really love to take a reign sometimes down the future.
Great to hear, भाई. बेस्ट मैनेजर होने के बावजूद अब सब प्लेयर्स तो हमारे क्लब साइन नहीं कर सकते, राइट? पर आपको बोला जाए कि आप मैनेजर बन जाओ क्लब के, जस्ट इन केस, लेट्स अस्यूम यू विन, इवेंचुअली यू विल, वी नो दैट, राइट? लेकिन you have an opportunity at any cost to basically buy 6 players for a 6-a-side tournament. Yes, it's just a 6-a-side tournament. Sorry about that, but yes. You have to select 2 players from the past, not from the club you love. 2 players currently, again, not from the club you love, and 2 players from the club you love. Again, in the latest one, among the 2 players, 1 from the past and 1 currently playing.
समझ रहे हो? समझ रहे हो आप? समझ रहे हो ना?
Got it? 6 players, 2 from the past, 2 from current players, and 2 from your current club, right? So again, 4 players will not be from your favorite club and 2 will be. None of the players can be from the ones you have mentioned already in the episode, by the way, yeah? That's the caveat. That's true. Viewers, please put in your assembled side in the comment section below. Yes, we would like to see your assembled side in the comment section below as well. It'll be certainly very interesting to see the teams that you have. 6 aside, remember, 4 not from your club, 2 from your current club, and among the 4, 2 are from the past, 2 are playing currently, and 2 players, 1 is from the past, 1 is playing currently.
Oh, that's a very interesting question. 6-a-side tournament. Okay. So I'll go in goal with Oliver Kahn as my goalkeeper in the 6-a-side tournament because he was an absolute beast of a goalkeeper. So I go with Oliver Kahn in the goal. As a defender, I would like one player from the club that I love and is from the past is John Terry. So that would be my one defender. And one player from the past is going to be Carles Puyol. So these 2 will be my defenders, Carles Puyol and John Terry and Oliver Kahn. So 2 players from the past are done. Currently, I would have Leo Messi up top with Mohamed Salah. And in the midfield, I would have N'Golo Kante. So this would be my 6-a-side team. Oliver Kahn, John Terry, Carles Puyol, N'Golo Kante in the middle, and up top it would be Mohamed Salah and Leo Messi. A strong team, huh?
मजा आया और मैं ये जो मजा है हिंदुस्तान के हर व्यक्ति को देना चाहता हूँ.
Wow, interesting. Great side, I must say. And of course, with you as a manager, it'll be even better, right? Anyway, so this was definitely fun to know just as a football fan, inside and out. I believe so. And I hope you enjoyed. I certainly did.
यही नहीं, अभी और सुनिए.
By the way, to end, let's actually have you share one last story, one footballing story that you feel, is definitely something that is of a great memory for you and something that the viewers or the fans can relate to as well.
Again, if I talk about the footballing story, I have to go back to 11-12 season because that was something exceptional, and that season is something that I don't think many of us will ever witness again because many things happened in that season in different leagues all around the world which I don't think will repeat themselves. Especially Aguero winning that title for Manchester City in the last minute. Chelsea winning the Champions League in all sorts of dramatic fashion. So I think Chelsea's 2012 Champions League triumph is an example of what goes around comes around, because it was a culmination of all the disappointment and heartbreak that we had received as Chelsea fans in the 2000s when we used to reach semi-finals of the Champions League all the time, used to get knocked out by Liverpool, by Barcelona, and all these heartbreaks we used to face season after season. But एक time आता है जब ये सारी चीज़ें balance हो जाती हैं, and as a Chelsea fan and as a football fan you have to believe that your team will make it big, and that is something that keeps driving you, keeps pushing you to follow your team, and keep believing that your team will do great things even if they are not playing that well. And 2012 was a disastrous season for us in the league. AVB had come in and he got the sack in March, and Di Matteo took over the reins and he guided us to that brilliant Champions League win in the Allianz Arena in Munich. I don't know about the football that we played during the tournament, but it was all heart, all courage. That Champions League campaign in itself is a fascinating story, and those people who are not aware of it, if they are not following any club or not a fan of any team or a footballer per se, if you just look at the Champions League 2012 run of Chelsea, you will fall in love with the club. So yeah, it was the last roar of Mourinho's Chelsea, the 2012 Champions League final. You had all these players in the squad. You had Frank Lampard, you had Michael Essien, Peter Cech, Drogba, Ashley Cole, John Terry. All these players were, playing their last Champions League final ever, and it showed on the pitch. That's what it meant to them.
Great story. Compelling and rich.
So yeah, that's a fascinating story. Again, my Chelsea bias coming in, but because I see all the things from Chelsea's lens, so yeah, that would be my story.
Brilliant stuff. Much appreciate your presence and of course the viewers to watch it till now. I hope you all have enjoyed it and Almighty Blues FC will bring a lot more content. Of course, more content creators, more fans, more previews, reviews and a lot more. Trivias? How can I forget that? News as well. Do check out both our links in the description below and press that bell notification icon, certainly helps. And do not forget, do share the video if you like it, and I'm assuming you're already subscribed, right? And like the video as well. We are always open to feedback. Till next time, peace out, up the Chelsea. Come on.